Hello,
Hello.
welcome to Home Debate Club. My name is Sam, and this is Greg.
Hi,
Um,
Sam.
every week, we help you and your family to lead a debate at home at the same time as lots of other people across the country. This is a bit different from other lessons. Why is that, Greg?
Well, it's different for three reasons, Sam. So, firstly, it's because we need one young person to lead the debate today, and secondly, it's because it's a group activity. So, many people as possible should get involved. And then, thirdly, Home Debate Club is different because we don't have any right or wrong answers. It's just answers that we ourselves believe. And why is this important? Well, because you at home need to have your say, and we want to help you.
Fantastic. All you need to get involved is on the screen next to us. All you need is one other partner, but the more the merrier to debate with. A quiet space in your home and about 30 minutes of time. And we're really excited to have you joining us for today's Home Debate Club.
Cool. So we like to start our Home Debate Club by doing something fun. So waking up our bodies and, say Sam, and getting ready to debate. What's our warm up this week, Sam?
Okay, so our warm-up this week is going to be a tongue twister. So I'm going to teach you how to do it and then ask you at home to have a go when I've finished teaching you. And Greg, am I right in saying that you're going to do it at the same time as everybody at home?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So what I'm going to do is share the tongue twister on the screen. I don't know why it does that. It's so annoying. Let me try it again. Okay, so I'm going to read the tongue twister out and I'm going to show you how to do the activity. The tongue twister is: when the wizard winked and waved his wand, the wars of the world went away. Whew, that is difficult to say, but the challenge isn't just to say it, but it's to say it 3 times and go quicker each time you say it. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to hand it over to you, Greg, and everybody at home. So here we go. First time. When the wizard winked and waved his wand, the wars of the world went away. When the wizard winked and waved his wand, the wars of the world went away. When the wizard winked and waved his wand, the wars of the world went away. Okay, that's hard, isn't it?
That's not easy. Wow.
It's not. It's a tough warm up, but I'm really excited to see how you guys get on. Are you ready, Greg?
Yes, I am. Yeah. Whew.
Okay, over to you.
When the wizard winked and waved his wand, the wars of the world went away. When the wizard winked and waved his wand, the wars of the world went away. When the wizard winked and waved his wand, the wars of the world went away. Wow.
Nice. That's tough. But well done, Greg. That was really great perseverance. Hopefully you did that at home and had fun doing that. It's a really nice warm up to get our mouths moving and to get us ready for debate. So well done, everybody. Now, before we can move on to this week's question, we just need to have a bit of a recap of what we did last time, and a big shout out to everybody that joined us last week. Last week, we asked, should people have to wear masks when they go outside? Next slide. So many people got involved, and the winning option was Team Sam, that's me, with no, it should be a choice. Why do you think that was the winning option, Greg?
So I think that most people agree that masks should be being a choice. I think that most people agree with masks being a choice, as at the time it wasn't clear it would make a huge difference. However, it now looks like the UK government was on Team Greg's side, as they are now asking people to wear masks in closed places.
Okay, really interesting. So Team Sam, we won the debate, but it looks like the government has changed its mind since we had our discussion, and they actually agreed with Team Greg. It's a big win for Team Greg there, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah, very much so. Okay, fantastic. So that was last time. Now let's move on to today's. Now, we like to see and set a bit of a challenge for our working out this week's question by sharing with you some clues. We're going to share 2 pictures. They are clues to help you work out what the question is going to be. After we show you each one, we want you to spend a quick 30 seconds chatting with the people around you in the room about what you think the clue is going to mean. If you're watching on YouTube, this is when you can comment with your guesses. Tell us your guess, maybe what school you go to, and we'll shout out to you as we're going along. So, Greg, you're going to model your thoughts, aren't you, and you're thinking about this. So I'm going to share with you the first clue. This is what the first clue looks like. So talk us through what you think, Greg.
Okay, so I see a empty classroom.
Okay, empty class. What does that make you think of?
Makes me think of a closed down school.
Okay, great. Really interesting. Right, over to you at home, 30 seconds.
We need to sort out this picture because it's squashed. It's not been correctly enlarged, so it just looks. Yeah, we need to look. We need to improve that.
Yeah, no problem. So then second one. Okay, well then everybody at home. Now we're going to show you the second clue to work out this week's question. Here we are. Greg, what does this one make you think?
So this needs to go to the edge, and it makes me think of. It makes me think of a difficult decision. A person not sure which way they should go.
Okay, cool. So over to you to discuss at home for your 30 seconds and maybe try and think of how you can put these 2 clues together to work out the question for this week. Over to you. 30 seconds passes. Okay, fantastic. We want you to shout out right now, no matter where you are in the country, what you think the question is going to be this week. If you shout loud enough, you might get your voice heard all the way in Scotland where Greg is, or even to me in North London. So shout out what you think the question is for this week now. Okay, moving on.
So well done to everyone for guessing and working out the clues. Today's question is: should families decide when it is right to return to school? So Sam, what do you think that this question means?
Okay, next state. So the question is asking us to think about who gets to decide, or who is the right people to decide if and when young people go back to school. Should it be the government, or should it be families themselves who make that decision? Now, you might have heard a couple of days ago, the UK government, in England at least, has talked about schools being open again from the 1st of June. But lots of teachers and schools and some parents and carers are concerned that that's a bit too soon, and they're worried about sending their young people back to school when it could potentially be not very safe right now. So our question is asking us to consider who is the right person to decide when all of us, go back to school, the government or families themselves. Does that make sense, Greg?
Yeah, very interesting. So that makes complete sense to me. Sorry, I'm saying things, I just want to in the script. Question is, does that make sense? Is that what you're going to ask, or is that just
I sometimes just I think it makes sense to sometimes to link between the 2 of us in conversation with a question, which I wasn't necessarily thinking of in the script. But if you want me to incorporate those, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we've got a script, then I'm expecting to I'm preparing myself to say the next thing. So I guess, yeah, I think it's worth putting questions that we're going to ask in there. Okay, yeah. So does this make sense to me? Yes, this makes sense to me. and is a very interesting question. The two options that we have to choose from today are Team Sam. Yes, parents and carers will make the best decisions about safety. And Team Gref. No, it might mean that some people miss out on school, on learning, sorry. And remember that there's no wrong or right answers to this question.
So that's your next state up reveal there as well. Okay, fantastic. So, Greg, I'm dying to hear your opinion on what Team Greg thinks about this question. So, over to you.
So, I've got 2 points. I think 2 points are too many. I'd just like to say one, if that's okay. So, I think if it's up to the different families when we should return, when children should return, then I think that we'll have chaos. And I'm not sure about the word chaos. I think that's a very alarming word. Sorry. We'll have a difficult situation or something. Some might want to return in June and some might want to return in November, and that's going to be really difficult for schools to manage. And what will it mean for young people's learning? Some will miss out on learning in school and others will be there months ahead of the others.
Okay, that's really interesting. I see your points about missing out on learning. That's very persuasive. However, and I'm going to use our sentence starter for today, which is I disagree with Greg because I think that whilst I agree that young people should be in school as often as possible, right now, no one is quite sure the right way of doing it and doing it safely at a time when coronavirus exists. And this is something that teachers feel, that unions feel, that schools feel in general. So whilst we're all not quite sure what the right way of doing it, then the best people to decide if young people should return are parents and carers and families themselves.
Wow. Really interesting one, Sam. This is going to be a tough debate, and I can't wait to hear what everybody thinks at home.
Okay, so quick moment for you at home to think about who you agree with. Take a moment, so next date, and think to yourself, who do you agree with? Who are you on, Team Greg or Team Sam? I'll give you 30 seconds. Okay, we can skip forward to the rules reminder, which is you.
Yeah, so there's nothing about 30 seconds in the script, so I wasn't expecting that.
Actually, I think I've made that up. It doesn't need to take 30 seconds. It's just a thing you said. Maybe spend a moment and think. Sorry, something I've said. Maybe spend a moment and think yourself. Are you on Team Greg or Team Sam? Like, it doesn't need to be longer than that. So that's my bad.
Okay, cool. So the first thing we need for today's debate and is somebody to lead it. The important thing here is that this cannot be an adult. We don't want an adult leading today's debate or any of the debates in Home Debate Club. So what we need is a young person who's going to stand up like a teacher in the room, and you're going to go around and high five the different people who should speak, making sure that everyone gets a turn. And if you can, try to summarize the debate when the clock reaches 30 seconds.
For everybody else, then, it's up to you to decide who you agree with, to tell your family or the people around you your opinion. And then for all of us, it's up to us to decide on which one we agree with as a group.
And after the 5 minutes, is that right?
Is which right?
Is that the right place to click debate start? Do you think? It feels like it's too early.
It feel like what? Sorry.
I feel like that's too early, isn't it? Maybe not. I'm not sure. I don't think so. But
But let's try it anyway and see what happens if we can amend it.
I think it's too late, but yeah, okay. So for everyone else, I'm just going to recap what you said, Sam. So just to get the flow, for everyone else, decide which you agree with. Tell your family or the people around you your opinion, and everyone decide which one you all agree with. And after the 5 minutes is up, next date, you will be able to vote. Let's debate. Oh fuck! It's 5 minutes long. Okay, so
debate.
It's showing as 1 minute long on my screen.
Oh fuck! It's 5 minutes long.
It's showing us 5 on the live. Well, on the.
It's showing as 1 minute long on my screen.
Oh fuck! It's 5 minutes long. It's showing us 5 on the.
So you need to mute your thing. So 421, 420. What's it showing on your? So the only thing, Sam, that you can see is it as 1 minute.
It's showing us 7 seconds left.
That you can see is it as 1 minute.
It's 4 minutes now on mine.
It's showing us 7 seconds left.
That you can see.
Yeah, it's now saying time's up. Select your answer.
It's 4 minutes now on mine.
It's showing us 7 seconds left.
That you can see.
Yeah, it's now saying time's up. Select your answer.
Can you turn off those sound on those tabs?
Yeah, I've got it. Sorry.
So it's at 3:30 on mine now.
How can they be showing different times?
I don't know.
If you refresh it, what does it show?
I prefer to try and sort out this issue, the timing issue first, rather than.
I prefer
trying to deal with this additional thing.
Okay.
So I'm at 3 minutes now. $2.26.
I think the reason for the discrepancy must be that you've gone into the back end and then I've changed the timing to 1 minute. And because it's not been refreshed on your side, you didn't know I changed it. It must be sitting as 5.
2 minutes. Yeah, that sounds likely. I hope that's the case. So I'm going to make a guess that you should start your next bit at at 30 seconds. Where's my I've seen Greg's sign. Oh, there it is.
Oh, you give me a prompt when it's 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's 55 now. So I guess we might not be able to, we probably won't be able to get this bang on. So I guess it's working out what's a worse problem. You starting the next bit while there's a few seconds to go on the countdown, or us sitting waving our signs before we say anything.
And certainly, yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, no, I get that. Should I start?
Good.
Right, everyone, debating is over and voting is now open. Remember, you must have reached agreement with your debating partners before clicking on the option you decide. All you need to do is click on the option you agree with to cast your vote. You've got about 30 seconds to do that. You know you should be voting for Team Sam. Greg, give us a quick prediction. Which do you think will get the most votes?
Next day.
Next day.
Well, I think that this is going to be a close run thing, but I think I am going to win this one because it's such a fantastic luxury to vote during this snowy Scottish day.
Cool. Right. Well done to everybody for getting involved. Both options are great. Both have strengths and weaknesses, but most people agree with. And could you tell me the result, please, Greg?
Nobody's voted for anything.
Oh, wow. What a surprise.
It's a draw.
What do you think this means, Greg?
There's a state of paralysis in the country at the moment, and nobody can vote. Sadly.
Yeah, it's like Brexit all over again. Okay, well, what an amazing debate today. We'd like to end Home Debate Club by sharing something great about each person in our group. It can be something they shared in their debate that you thought was impressive, or it can be about how they supported you to learn. It's up to you.
So I thought was really clear. I thought Sam was really clear and made powerful points that made me think. He also listened really well to me. Over to you.
Do you need to make the timings a bit into that as well to instruct to wait? Okay. Two things to finish. Firstly, and very excitingly, it's our mission. If you are joining us for the first time, the mission is something that we ask you to do after the debate club based on our question to get more involved. This week's mission is all about decisions and how we make them. We've been discussing a big decision about when to return to school, and we thought it would be a great practice to ask you to have a go at making some decisions yourself. In the mission document, we've written 5 scenarios that involve you making a decision. Read them out to someone in your house and share your opinion on what you think you should do and how you reach that opinion. And hopefully we'll all practice how to make good decisions.
Great. And adults, from me, we'd love to hear more about what you got up to in Home Debate Club this week. So if you could please complete the feedback form, and also if you'd like to join our the Home Debate Club Facebook group, share how your discussion has gone on today. We would love to hear from you. So thank you very much for joining us today. Any last words, Sam?
No.
Cool. Great. Bye.
Bye.
End broadcast.